And here is the Writer's Almanac for Tuesday, October the 22nd, 2019. It's the birthday of John Gould, born in Brighton, Massachusetts, 1908. He and his wife settled in Lisbon Falls, Maine, on the farm where his great-grandfather had homesteaded. John Gould edited the newspaper there, where he got to meet a student from high school who was supposed to edit the school paper, but he got bored by it and wrote a satirical version, so Gould took the young man in hand and taught him how to shape up his writing. The student was Stephen King. 1942, John Gould wrote his first weekly column for the Christian Science Monitor. He continued that for more than 60 years. He wrote about baseball, about fishing, about his mother's homeland of Prince Edward Island. One of his earliest books, Farmer Takes a Wife, was a big bestseller in 1945. It's the birthday of the novelist Doris Lessing, born in what is now Iran in 1919. Her father had lost a leg in the British Army. He was a clerk in a bank. When she was small, the family moved to Rhodesia. Her father became a farmer there, and they lived in a mud hut that was thatched, but it was full of books that her mother had ordered by post from England. She went to an all-girls convent school, married at the age of 19, had 2 children, divorced, married again, had another child, divorced, moved to London at the age of 30. And a year later, she published her first novel, The Grass is Singing, set in Rhodesia. Her best-known book, The Golden Notebook, came out in 1962. Doris Lessing, who said, "A writer falls in love with an idea and gets carried away. If you can imagine the sheer pleasure of having an idea and taking it, it's one of the great pleasures in my life." It was on this date, 1938, Chester Carlson produced the first electrophotographic image, paving the way for the invention of the Xerox machine. Up until then, you needed to use carbon paper and retype the documents to make copies. He did this in Queens, New York, in a makeshift lab behind his mother-in-law's beauty parlor. The early copiers were slow and complicated. You had to follow 14 steps. It took nearly a minute to make a single copy, and you could only make about a dozen copies from one exposure. The first Xerox copiers did not come on the market for about 20 years, 1959. Here's a poem for today by E. Cummings. All in green went my love riding. All in green went my love riding on a great horse of gold into the silver dawn. 4 lean hounds crouched low and smiling, the merry deer ran before. Fleeter be they than dappled dreams, the swift sweet deer, the red rare deer. 4 red roebuck at a white water, the cruel bugle sang before. Horn at hip went my love riding, riding the echo down into the silver dawn. 4 lean hounds crouched low and smiling, the level meadows ran before. Softer be they than slippered sleep, the lean lithe deer, the fleet-flown deer. 4 fleet does at a gold valley, the famished arrow sang before. Bow at belt went my love riding, riding the mountain down into the silver dawn. 4 lean hounds crouched low and smiling, the sheer peaks ran before. Paler be they than daunting death, the sleek slim deer, the tall tense deer. 4 tall stags at a green mountain, the lucky hunter sang before. All in green went my love riding on a great horse of gold into the silver dawn. 4 lean hounds crouched low and smiling, my heart fell dead before. E. Cummings' poem, All in Green Went My Love Riding, from his 100 selected poems. That's the Writer's Almanac for October 22nd, 2019. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.